Hey, it's Metal Gear. We're going to have to survive in it, but we're not going to have to just normal survive. We're going to have to Metal Gear survive because that's what it says. That's what it says on the thing. So you gotta. That's how those work. Like with Vanguard Bandits, we had to be both the Vanguard and the Bandits, or perhaps a Vanguard for Bandits, or we needed to bandit someone's Vanguard. It's really uncertain, but this one is pretty clear. It tells us to survive and gives us an adjective to define how we must do that. What are we up to? I think we had just been told to go into the dust for the first time, which again isn't really a dust and it's not like it's made up of a particulate that isn't necessarily dust. It's not a dry, flaky kind of thing, and they describe it as a fluid. So, you know, Epic Estella was a much better name. Hey, Catterskill. Yeah. At the very least, that suggests some sort of, like, star story, which is fine. They had, like, the Sun Church or whatever the fuck, but it's alright. Detonator Gauntlet, which we learned about, being another potential title, is a worse one, because there isn't a Detonator Gauntlet in the thing. So I don't know what they would have been talking about. And yeah, a name that didn't need to be localized. Correct. I don't understand a whole lot of localization attempts, but it don't stop them from doing it. We'll have the conclusion, I believe, of our trip through Vanguard Bandits tomorrow. It was supposed to be last week, but then a slight breeze blew through here, and the people in this region don't know what infrastructure is, or maintenance is, or that other places in the world have dealt with wind before, so the power just went out like it does every time. So you know, we had a sort of stay of execution for Mr. Ireland's localized strategic robot combat game. But, you know, nothing lasts forever, and thank God. Unfortunately, Mr. Ireland apparently continues to do work, and, well, but he's not here, and neither is Kojima, and neither are any of the pantheon of gods that you would wish you were watching. So, like, we're on our own, and we're gonna go into a big old cloud of nanomachine sun. There's things in there. There's computers, and there's people, who is a kind of computer, if you think about it. Now I'm pressing the do button, and it'll do it. Don't you fucking worry about that, it'll do it. I would worry about whether or not I've said fuck too soon, but we all know I'm not making money off of this. So it's irrelevant. I can say fuck all I want. There we go, have eyes. The game has an autosave feature. You need to know that every time. I mean, it has a server that we're logging into. It's happening. The server, that is. And the logging in. We've logged in. Oh, now it's got to verify the server info. There we go. Konami, the Fox engine. I was right the last time I mentioned it was on the Fox engine. NVIDIA, the way it's meant to be played. There we go. Yep. Hey, look at that. We got a thumbs up from the witch. End of regular maintenance. Oh, good. The researcher's story. The data revealed a new message from the researcher named Chloe from the Wardenclyffe section. You should listen to it. We finalized the program. For instance, material transportation to complete base cap take to earn battle points. No. I won't be doing that. I just want to get through this. Hello, menu? Yeah, there we go. That's us as we left off. The detection on this is getting kind of fun. Let me make sure that that's not making noise. There we go. So we'll continue. Yeah. Pi is attempting to eat chocolate, and he doesn't care that it's poison. He's never going to understand that he's not allowed to. The witch is trying valiantly to explain it to him, but he's not hearing it. Alright, great.
Within the dust.
Begin your search.
Yeah, I will. The game says this as an autosave function. Counterskill posits. He'll never notice that again. Alright. Thank you for all of the bullshit. Oh boy. Great. Bye. Pi, you sleepy? Yeah, I don't believe you either, bud. Now there's a thing that replenishes the, yeah, I can just hit shift. There we go. You know what else we can do? No. No. Gimme. Perhaps. Not right now, though. No. We'll have to make some more of those. We want the barbed fences. Because, well... It's got barbs on it. Instead of just being a normal fence. But we'll worry about that more later. For now, it's not terribly important. We have some other things to fuck with. Gadgets. Yeah. Slap that on there for me. Uh-huh. Yes. Thank you. There we are. Just some stuff, you know? Some stuff to fix ourselves up in case we need it. We likely won't. If you're wondering what these little red exclamation things are, it's because no one's currently working these things. We'll get a thing to manage fuckers later. But for right now, these goats, well, one's a sheep, one's a... No, the other one's also a sheep, isn't it? So these sheep are just gonna hang out. We'll get goats later. Now, is that a map marker that I made? Yeah, that's one that I made. Okay. Oh, medium-sized animals. I believe those are the wolves. And we'll deal with them as we deal with them. I'm not sure if this repopulates over here. We can take a look as we go, but... Ah, yeah, they're back. Yeah, they're back. Alright. Well, if we need any more cube, we know where to go. Until then, who gives a shit? Speaking of, no. No. Boom. Get conserved. Alright, yeah, well, I mean, you've really interrupted me here to tell me about how I can't breathe that good. There we are. Get conserved. Don't ever interrupt me again, okay? I don't think we have room for that other one, so they get to walk free for now. We're in there. Okay. You're right, stop me as I walk in for the first time. Uh-huh. It's a respirator. Great.
Entered the dust.
I sure have.
It really is like a sea of dust in there, given how thick it is.
Thanks.
The visibility isn't good, but try to
Uh-huh.
stay calm as you go about your
Okay,
search.
okay. Alright, please.
Oxygen will decrease while you're in.
Yeah, I bet it will.
Always keep an eye on your oxygen gauge.
So,
One other important point. While in the dust,
I'm just stuck with these people.
That memory board is
Yeah.
nearby.
Yeah. I know it is.
Secure it. I'd say you're getting the hang of this routine.
Yeah, I'd say so too. Anyway, so that it looks like it's underwater is very cool. And this will be something that we repeat when we get to Strand-type gaming. Frankly, this... Oh, hey. How you doing there? Pretty good day, huh? Where's your friends? Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. You can see down there we have our oxygen meter. It's running at 89%. We'll be alright. For basically the foreseeable future. We'll get into air management later. But when we're out of air here, our health starts ticking down because these are not dust particles. They are, as mentioned, nanomachines' sun. And they'll kill you. You don't want to breathe them. But we do want these guys' organs for the valuable energy. That's right. Give me this. I think one of my arrows broke. Yeah, we got some more boys in the mist over there. But yeah, you see with the whole underwater theme, I would have called this the Mist instead. It seems to make more sense to me. I'm ignoring those over there because they're not going to be an issue for the time. We got some other things happening over here that I would rather pay attention to. Don't get me wrong, there'll be a problem if we make too much noise, but you know how that works. I wanted his brain, but, well, his antenna, I should say. There we are. Where does he think he's going? Bud, where are you going? Oh, we had someone laying down. Well, you know. We just take it easy, right? Just popping in to say hi. Gotta go do tactical espionage action in Dreamland. Buenos noches. Yeah, see you later. Enjoy your sneaking, your creeping, your peeping. And you know, we'll be doing this. It's almost espionage. It's really not. We're not doing much spycraft here. What we are doing is pin cushioning some antenna lads. And then reclaiming my stuff. Okay, great. Gonna hide in a box during REM sleep. Solid call. Pepper your room with,
There are
oh, fuck's sake.
open a container.
With porno mags so that anyone passing by gets distracted and forgets that you're there.
Don't alert nearby enemies.
There's a minigame for this.
You can open it quickly, though any enemies that are within earshot will hear you. In other words, you can unlock it, or you can destroy it. We'll leave that decision to you, Captain.
As they just yammered about. If you do that too quickly, it makes noise, and it makes a lot of noise. A lot of metal on metal, you get the idea. And then some visitors show up, and that's not always a good thing. They're kinda unfriendly. And these fools here think that they're tricking someone. But they're not lying in the grass, so, like, I can see them. You know what I mean? It doesn't work if I can just see you. Someone over here has noticed. Hello? Oh, there you are. You kind of got stuck on the shipping container, huh, pal? Bye. Now you may notice our oxygen is dipping kind of low. It's okay. Because we can do this. And spend a cube in order to make it into breathable air. I don't know how that works. Maybe there's a scrubber that needs to be powered. Maybe it's just they went, ah shit, what if they're out there for a little bit and we haven't told them that they can upgrade that tank yet? Fuck, what do we do, what do we do, what do we do? Here. Gimme. That's probably one of those arrows that someone shook out. Sometimes if you break a limb, they can kind of shake them out. It's mildly troublesome. Give me these screws, though. Always need screws. We also need copper. There's some copper. Not much, but some. All kinds of stuff for making bullets.
Access the memory
Hush.
and secure its data.
Hush, I'm doing things. All kinds of first aid stuff. That's nice. And don't worry, we'll start breaking things momentarily. And we're waiting. Because I don't know who's still around. So you'll notice that there's also a difficulty here. As it gets more difficult, that window that I have to maintain gets smaller. That's how it works. Nah. Trashing the place like this also makes noise. May as well grab this. Oh, good. We can we can skip the you've downloaded stuff.
I will analyze it.
Uh-huh, I bet you will.
Return to base camp.
I will. I just need this iron. Anything else? Not really, huh? No, we're pretty much good.
Pay attention to your stamina.
Yeah, I know.
You should rest before you're out of gas.
Hush. You're not even my real dad. Up. And lights like that are how we're going to navigate in here. Like they said, visibility is limited. and we'll kind of dip in and out of reception as we move around. You weren't there before. Oh, they do call them wanderers, don't they? Right into the dirt. There we are. Can't make them all, you know.
Keep an eye on your remaining oxygen.
Yeah, keep an eye on these nuts.
Captain, supply yourself with oxygen.
Oh my god.
Using Kuban energy. You can supply yourself with oxygen from your iDroid.
I already did that. I did that part of the tutorial for them. You're being redundant. Anyway, towards the radio tower here. We'll walk right on out of the dust. Hey, there's reception. We did it.
You're clear of the dust.
Yes, I am.
Since you're no longer in it, you are no longer on oxygen.
And don't worry, your oxygen supply will be replenished automatically when you return to base camp.
Great, thanks. There are some other things that we can do to make sure that we have supplies out there, but we'll get to that as it allows me to get to it. I'm kind of frustrated with the amount of, like, hand-holding and training wheelsery. We'll go with that. That they've attached to this, despite already having a file. It's a little bit frustrating, but so it goes. A whole lot of game things don't seem to be able to split the difference between a tutorial that tells you what you need to know and one that won't shut the fuck up. Alright, that's that. There we go. Garbage pit, sweet garbage pit. It'll look better in time. Not by much, but it'll look better.
Time to analyze the data.
Uh-huh.
Please synchronize your iDroid with me here.
Sure. Promise I'll droid you right in the eye. What else do we need? We are going to need... housing is what we're going to need. These are just crafting facilities. Resource facilities, is that what you're putting it under? Oh, we didn't put up any mutualization facilities. That's, so... It just, that's where your crew goes to get shit doled out to them. Well... What is it gonna cost me? Not much. Not much at all. So we can just kind of start doing that. Now there is a specific reason that I'm kind of putting things over here. We'll meet that reason later, but for right now, you just don't worry about it. Looks like we'll have to knock down a couple of those barricades, which is fine. Or not. We can just do it here. Nope. Nope. Alright. So, over here to this. Give me those. Give me those. I think that should do it. Oh no, we're low on concrete. Got it. We are gonna need these though. People are gonna need to sleep. When we have people here, and we will. There will be people. And that doesn't take any particular kind of. Okay, okay, okay. All right, all right, all right. You just take it easy. You're a mess. Cassette tapes. I'm not entirely sure why I would want a tower instead of the rest of this, but it's fine. We are going to want this. We'll pop this over here where we were going to put the other thing. Anything else? Anything else at all? Anything else at all? Doesn't seem like it. That's right. Water is a stew. Okay. So, let's, we'll just grab some dirty water and boil it off. We got bottles. I'll be forgetting things like that for quite a while yet. Great. What button do you want me to fucking move to the repository? Oh well. Oh well, fuck it. I'll just stick it in there later myself. Inventory. We'll want some of this. It's still such very uncomfortable eating sounds, huh? Alright, here. Sample my upload. Great.
Captain, there...
You mind? The body of that Charon Corps member. The one you got the damaged air tank from.
Yep.
He'd been shot. Needless to say, we haven't seen any wanderers.
That is unclear. All we can say is that if people are killing each other here, that is an illogical thing to do.
Thank you.
My point is, these incidents don't make sense. If my theory is correct, forget it. Sorry for butting. Continue with what you were gonna say.
Yeah, no need to finish that thought.
Getting back to the report, Captain.
Thanks.
The data you recovered revealed the location of a wormhole transporter.
Okay.
Wormhole transporters are devices utilizing wormhole technology, which enable
I put that together.
So we can use this thing to get home?
No, it's local.
Unfortunately, the wormhole we can generate with this device is...
See, it's local.
Nevertheless, this device should allow us to...
Currently, all devices are offline.
Understood.
The potential danger.
Yep. Alrighty.
Wormhole transporters allow you to...
Yes, fast travel. Yes. Okay. Uh-huh.
To facilitate future
Thank you.
exploration, I suggest you reactivate this one.
I took the liberty of marking its predicted location on the map. Open your iDroid to see where this is.
So this is where we'll be dispatching people from in just a little bit. Don't worry about it for right now. But our boy Reeve can be assigned things. Listen. That button apparently boots you right out of it. Even though you'd think it's how you rotate the camera. A lot of these things are counterintuitive that way. Give me this. Give me this. And that'll do for the time being. What else do we want to do here? Well, let's see what we've got. Yeah. Thanks. Thankfully, there is a repair all, which is nice. Not gonna need that, not gonna need any of that for the time being, that's fine. Okay. Well, we may consider... no, we're still kind of short on aluminum for that. We have plenty of normal arrows just in stock. We have plenty of those in stock too. These are for later. We want to be sure that we can actually carry several kinds, because that's going to be real beneficial. I'm not sure if we have the ability to do that just yet. Let's find out. I believe that's over here at gear. Yeah. We got disc cases. Oh, an extra slot. I see. For the primary weapon thing. Oh, they're not letting me do any of this just yet. And that's one that we... What the fuck is an O-ball? And that needs an advanced gear workshop. Well, we don't have one of those. So I suppose we'll know when we do. Meantime. Yeah, okay. Open cases. So we picked up these cases, right? We can, at the very least, say, hey, open all of those. Which is nice. And this is what we got. Most of it is trash. And that's how it's going to be, by and large. We can do this. Field manual. Eliminate any small creatures. 3 of them. Make some flame arrows. Make 20 of those. I mean, that's not bad. We can do that. In a co-op mission, any wanderer can do. Hunt any bovid can do. Alright. Just little side objectives. Generate stuff for us. What do you want to tell me here? Oh, you're just telling me about this. That's fine. We can dismantle our garbage and just kind of get stuff from it. I'll leave this be for right now. Further customizations, right? Oh, I'm sorry, we're locked? Why is it locked? Shouldn't be. Yeah, there. A flashlight. Now we don't have to spend an additional inventory slot on that. How the fuck do we... How do you... No? Nope. It ain't that. so using this, let's find out. Again, who knows what the loading thing is about. Controls. No, just controls. Why is controls with legal information? Hey, that's not what we're using. Okay, do you have key? Yeah, key bindings and a different thing. Action based on situation, activate skill, switch zoom, no. Use right gadget, yeah, we got those. Switch between walk, run. Okay. So there must be some way of turning this on. You would think, right? You would think? But I got nothing. Alright, well, we'll figure it out later. For right now, I just need to restock my shit. And I just need kind of any one of these things that'll let me manage my inventory for that. Oh yeah, we can also... Mm-hmm. What are you thinking? I'm trying to manage my... There we go. That'll do. Again, terribly unintuitive. I have to press 1 and 3 to cycle between these things. It's just not what it is you would think of. Or at least not what I would think of. That can all sit there. We're not going to need to carry around all of these bottles. That should be enough. I have goat brains, so that's good. There we are. We're replenished. And so, it looks like that's where we're headed. There. So this way. Oh, you know what else we can do? I'd forgotten all about that case way up there. We can make a thing to deploy to get to that. Sandbags, ramps. We'll do one ramp. And that should do. Lures were alright. Grenades were alright. Thank you. So these are oxygen supply things. We don't want to place it somewhere where it'll get slapped. We probably do want these. So we can kind of keep track of where it is we've been and where we're going, even when we're out of reception. Come on. There we go. These are for later for when we want to prank people. But we'll get to those. Yeah, that's really bugging me. I don't know how the fuck to, it ain't B, it ain't M. It ain't that. Oh no, that's radio presets. Good. You know, good, I'm glad. If it frustrates me enough, I'll just Google it. Oh well. Yeah, probably those. Yeah, this, because we'll take a side trip over here. And we got food, we got water. Oh, the cube plants haven't come back. Eh. I guess they just be formations, right? They're not really plants, they just sort of look like it. Is anyone home this time? I guess not. Alright. Well, we brought this time. We didn't get this stuff. And if anyone was here, you'd figure they'd have something to say about what I just did. Does not appear as if they are. Alright. Well, anyway. I kind of can't believe that you're not going to let me rotate this. Like, are we sure? Yeah. Scroll. Nothing. 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 That'll do. Yeah. That's what we want. Now let's just see if anybody comes running. I don't think there's anyone here, so... We're just gonna... You see it also goes much slower. It's an unpleasant noise. And this is as fast as we can go. I've just pinned the button. You'd figure with it being as noisy as it is, it would at least be faster. But no. No, no. We can hit it until it breaks open. That's an option. But it's not really one that, like they say it's faster. But that's about all I've got for it, is that they say it's faster. We can now get rid of this. And that's flags. You're not gonna let me open that, huh? Alright. I have to go around. Oh, there's extra stuff. That works out for me. Gimme. Because of course we just need all the shit that we can get. Okay, back around we go. Hey. So we should be able to navigate by that, which is good. We'll get this. And would you look at that, we've already got friends. Let's see if we see anybody in the grass. I don't so far. Ooh, they're level 4. Look out. I know, what happened to that guy over there? Pi, you got thoughts? You got any ideas, bud? Any ideas at all? He's got ideas. Oh, somebody kind of sort of knows I'm here, huh? That's alright. They can know I'm here. The witch says she knows we're here, so, you know, we've been discovered. Oh, there was someone. I was standing right on top of you. You didn't make a go of it at all. Wait. Right into the dirt. There we are. The music was very exciting. Collect our bits and bobs. You know where we can find them. Sometimes it's very easy to lose these arrows, but it looks like we got that one. Didn't even see it there. The game just grabbed it for me. Clay, more bottles.
You're approaching the weight limit of what you can carry.
Uh-huh.
At this rate, it'll impact your activities.
Uh-huh.
Be careful.
You be careful. There is someone right over there. So we'll do our best to be careful on this. There we are. And I kind of want to see what these bits are. Hello, bits. Plastics and oil. Do need that. Okay, bye. So, we just saw that blue flash. That's where we're headed. Yeah. Here, you do this. I don't feel like doing it. You get extra cube for that. Pie, you sleepy? It is, bud. Quit flopping. There we are. This dude is, of course, wondering what happened to that other guy. Now he knows. Good night, Pie. Good night. Good night, Pie. Love you. Now, these guys there is merit in dealing with. Good night, Pie. Good night. Because we are going to do a thing just up that hill.
Reactivate the wormhole transporter.
I will. Hush.
The transporter coming back online will attract the enemy's attention.
See, that's why.
Be alert.
Our apologies. With our memory loss, we were a little slow off the mark in informing you of this.
A little bit.
Before you activate the transporter, be sure you're
Good night,
ready
Pie.
to defend it.
Good night. Good night, Pie. Basically, it means close off your avenues here. Which we will. That's what we brought these for. We probably want at least 2. Good night, Pie. Adhesive is good. Stainless steel is also good. Good night, Pie. Good night, Pie. We'll grab this and then we'll be back to just steal everything else because we're opening up a wormhole to it. before we get started. We'll make sure that we got some air to breathe. We'll have a snack. And a sip. And then we get it on.
The enemy has been drawn
2.5 minutes.
Defend the transporter until the reactivation process is complete.
Just give another one for them to climb over there if they decide to come that way. Otherwise, it's going to be our primary concern right here. There it is. Yeah, there they are. It's gonna take him a bit. Oh, hey, rubber. Well, we certainly could have done something about that earlier. You can see how they slowly sort of break this down. And you'll also notice that they don't stick around for you to carve. Just kind of poof. Oh, somebody crawled over, huh? Hey. That's gonna be quiet enough of all of that. Oh, the flashlight turns on automatically. Neat. Move. Yep. Oh, I set myself on fire a little bit. If you're wondering, yes, that is something that I had to do. It does help you put the fire out a little bit faster. There we are. And we're done. Poof. We've done it. Oh, someone's unhappy with us out there. Hello? Seems like they got over it. Yeah, seems like they got over it. Alright, we may as well steal everything that's not nailed down. But you can see why it would be beneficial to have fences that do harm as they touch them. You wind up dealing with a whole lot of them at once during these particular things, and then in the wave defenses that are the co-op and a couple of events in the single player. But don't worry, we'll have other kinds of tricks and tools and toys and stuff, and it'll be fine.
Keep an eye on your remaining oxygen.
Fucking... You keep telling me about this oxygen.
With oxygen by using Kuban energy. You can supply yourself with oxygen from
I'm not interested in this oxygen right now. I'm interested in stealing things. There's all kinds of stuff to steal, you know. I don't know how they expect me to pay attention to things like this fucking oxygen tank, which still has 35% left. And it's not going to take that much for me to just, like, touch this button. No, hang on. That's an arrow of mine. Alrighty. See? Yeah, do it. We're out of here. Hey, what up?
With the transporter reactivated, you can now move more quickly and safely.
Between those 2 points, yes.
Other transporters.
Got it.
Rotation of matter. But now that I've seen this, I know I'm right.
Uh-huh.
Right about what?
Great question.
How a group like the Charon Corps, who were this advanced, got wiped out. It wasn't wandering.
That is illogical, as we discussed before.
Uh-huh.
After all, you and the captain.
Yeah, well, people don't always do the smart thing. And I make no promises I won't shoot the captain in the back if I have to.
Okay.
Look, you just watch out. If we...
Sure, fine. We can now teleport. We got a bunch of stuff. That's the stuff. Can I have control back now? Okay, no. So no. So no, I can't.
I detect a large mass within the wormhole. Object form analyzed. It's a military helicopter. Control has been lost. At this rate, it will crash. I've marked
In the stink.
crash site on the map.
You might come across some supplies or even survivors. Why don't you go take a look?
They're real laid back about this crash emergency, right?
Captain, go.
Uh-huh, I will. Why?
Say we're going to scavenge supplies.
Your proposal.
Uh-huh.
Taking into account crash trajectory, fuselage damage level.
Survivors are the problem.
But say person.
Well, I guess that's that.
I have updated.
It's not that you don't raise a valid point.
Dude, I mean, it's kind of not. It's not really a valid point. They fucking crashed. Anyway. Whatever war was going on, wherever they're from, is clearly not in effect here. But it's fine. Didn't grab any dirty water, so that's alright. We do have a specific thing to hunt bovids, and there's one like right over here. Oh, there's several. There we go. Order complete. The rest of you are free to go. Capturing them doesn't count as hunting them. Great. Uh-huh. That'll do there. Oh, I have to backstab 3 of them. Got it. Okay. I was wondering. I'm like, I definitely killed more than that. What's going on? But now I understand. Open all cases with V. More copper. That's good. Titanium and tungsten is also very good. Okay, bye. Over here, then. No, that's okay. Thank you. Yeah, fixed a lot of it, it's fine. It also gave us pants, right? Gave us pants that are somehow broken. Yeah. Got him. Speaking of... No, we already made ourselves pants. Good. Let me do it. No dice. Oh, another sip. Another munch. What else we doing here? Oh, what? I see. Yeah, we'll be alright. It'll start producing things shortly, so... We can, however, improve our class. Which we should probably do. Get some more skill points on these things, you know? A little more sauce. The dive attack will also be good. Don't worry, we'll wind up making more important decisions later. Alright. We'll restock and we'll bounce. Okie doke. Well, would you look at that? It's right by Transporter 2. Don't know why they didn't start me from 0. Crystal reaction. We'll check that out after we've dealt with everything else here. Alrighty. Yeah, it's not going to be that far away. Should still be able to navigate back by that. Now, I'd say it would be smart to eliminate them, but I'm not entirely certain that they're gonna, like, stay gone. Because sometimes a hole opens up in the sky. And, well, you know, what do they want me to do about that? I should mention, as we're creeping around here, if you're unfamiliar with the way that all this works, there's someone else that hangs out in this place. I'll introduce him when he shows up. Or she, they, really is probably more appropriate. I don't think there is a gender involved. Oh boy, is there just not a way to turn that off then? If not, that's getting stripped. Alright. Well, you know, so it goes. All kinds of folks staggering around today. They're very busy. Couldn't quite hit the head. Well, now we have a small amount of a situation. Yeah, he moved. There we go. Right over the shoulder. I'm not entirely sure why that one didn't hit. There we are. Their eyesight's not very good, huh? Yeah, did you just figure that one out? There you go. Okay then. I think that's everyone. The fast hands upgrade is real helpful. Way less time. Stray arrow. Still got one in him. I should also mention that there will be stranger things than, well, just me. We mentioned one of them that we'll introduce, but there's others. It really does get much more interesting than just these folks. There's one of those holes in the sky. Told you about those. And there's a way to get in here. Because over there is where we're going.
Life form detected
Yeah.
at helicopter crash site. I've also identified multiple wanderers.
There we go.
Approach with caution.
Why ever would I not? Oh, that's why you were having problems, huh? You were setting yourselves on fire. Classic. Oh, there's no one over there. No one within eye shot, anyway. So this is where we were headed.
Just a moment.
There's someone over there.
Near the helicopter. It appears to be.
There's also a way out right there.
It seems as though they've arrived here from the same location. Also, from the equipment of the helicopter's passengers, we determined their affiliation.
Come on.
They were soldiers with XOF.
There you go, gents. Don't worry, this is too high for them to climb up. Probably one more. One more after that. There we go. Now we have way fewer to worry about. Won't hardly be a problem at all. See? So now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we have all of this cube. We'll grab our survivor. We'll head to that other blue light, which should be another wormhole thing. I'm pretty sure it is. If not, we're just trucking it back to good old Site 2. But they should last long enough in order to get that running so that we can teleport right on out of here. Probably all we're going to get to do for that, though. Oop. 1, a 2, a 3. That's probably all we're going to want to do. Alright. Up we go. Ma'am? What year is it in your world, huh?
The mission will have been for nothing.
That's where we're headed.
Please consider the target's safety as well.
So her health is our ticking clock.
Pay attention to your stamina. Rest before you're out of gas.
Uh-huh. Really gotta accurize this thing, or otherwise just kind of get a better one, huh? It shoots pretty wild. Here, sit down.
The enemy has been drawn to the energy surge. Defend the
54.
sensor until the reactivation process is
Hang out. Oh, we should be good. Yeah, no, we're all right. We'll come back for this other stuff too. Come here, lady. And ow. Threw her right to the ground. Okay, come on. Away we go. You can't breathe this stuff. There you go. And just directly back on the ground. Hi, what year are you from?
Thank you. That helped.
Well, alright. That helped. I really appreciated being pitched to the ground.
Miranda. Oh. Yeah. I remember.
You were out on call with
It
the
was just
doctor
like
in the ambulance?
I was out on a call with the doctor when we lost contact with the hospital.
Okay.
We drove back as fast as we could, but the hospital was on fire.
Sure.
And if that wasn't hard enough to believe, a moment later, there was a light in the sky. It sucked our ambulance into it with us in it. Somehow, we survived, but then the doctor started acting strangely.
Yeah, I bet.
Saying it out loud, it all sounds so ridiculous. Like any of that actually happened, right?
Well, we have bad news.
What you experienced actually happened. I saw the same thing in the sky. And I was here, just like you.
Yeah, now you're stuck with him. And look at him. So nondescript.
Where is here?
It's the future.
They call it Dite.
It's just Earth. It's the future.
To put it simply, it's a world in another dimension.
It's not.
A world destroyed by some unknown parasite.
They already spoiled this.
Wait, unknown parasite?
No.
So when the doctor looked different and attacked me after we got here,
Yeah, when he looks different.
Yeah. We call humans that get infected by it wanderers.
He looked different somehow, you know? It's just kind of strange where he decided he didn't need the top part of his head. Just basically brainstem only is what he seemed to be going with. Brainstem and bottom jaw. And yeah, just a glowing crystal where the rest of that used to be.
And there's no...
This is a weird look. No, there's no... Lady. Look at them. Come on now. There's no cure.
Apparently not. Once you end up like that, you're just a living corpse.
Living is a strong word for it.
Only thing you can do for him is kill him. That goes for your friends, too.
Okay.
You're sure about that?
What?
You guys don't look like doctors to me. Maybe
What?
a team of specialists could...
Oh no, she's got brain damage. What? There's, ma'am. The top part of the head is gone.
If anyone could have done something about this, this place would still be standing, wouldn't it?
Also, the top part of the head is gone.
Maybe they just lack certain advances in medicine.
What?
And like you said, they're still living.
No.
We try to communicate with them. With a little persistence, we can get through to them.
They don't have the top part of their head.
Look, your ridiculous theories are an insult to every one of them we've had to put down. Trying to take some
Okay, well, I mean,
squat for you here.
it's whatever about the.
Quiet and do what we tell you.
Okay, that's Reeve. That's not necessary. It's also kind of sexist. But like, no, we just need to really highlight that the top of their head ain't there no more. It's been replaced by a single glowing crystal. So any kind of higher brain functions they may have had, we can safely say are no longer functioning. On account of the organ itself is missing.
Without morals, we're no different from them.
Okay.
Take off your shirt.
Sure.
What?
Yeah, pop it off. Let's see him.
You're injured, aren't you? Your breathing is off. You might have a fractured rib. I should take a look at you.
That's not... okay.
What are you waiting for? If you want to stay alive, keep quiet and do what I tell you.
Got him. I guess. I don't trust her to do any medicine. She looked at people who were missing the tops of their heads and went, well, what if a specialist could fucking do something about that? Ma'am, are you sure you're a nurse? Anyway, all these things are now available. Farming and all kinds of stuff. The crew member is joined. This is one of the loops of the game that we're going to be just kind of into. There will be people that fall out of the sky, and we're going to go and get them. You see the title there, Indulging, a neglected piece of my nature. This is a game.
To make effective use of
Okay.
our resource,
Could you...
assign crew members.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
Come and assign crew
I'm
members.
dying. Thanks. Anyway, every now and again the sky will open up and deposit little lost things, and I get to go and find them and put them back somewhere that's closer to where they belong. Eventually, genuinely where they belong. Crew management.
Assigning crew members
Get out of my face.
base camp runs more smoothly.
I will destroy you.
Assign crew members as the situation warrants.
So, we have just the base development
there is
team.
one item to report. When we scanned the area around the location where you rescued that woman, we detected a new memory board.
Okay.
We've added this information to the situation report.
Uh-huh. Thank you. Anyway. Cases. That's right, G to open. You don't just use the usual confirm button to open, it's gotta be G. Firing unit and a sensor unit. Okay. And wheat flour, I guess. It's weird. Okay. So now that we have people on the base development team, these facilities will work and we can harvest clean water. We can also harvest, you know, bits. got a countdown. That'll speed up as our base development team gets more people. We don't have farming yet. Don't worry about farming yet. And of course they won't let me get rid of this. Alright, so are there other facilities that we are going to need? There are, but none that we can actually produce right now. That's what seems to be the answer there. Still short on concrete. Can we not make concrete? I have all kinds of clay and shit. Convert materials. Oh yeah, we can. Yeah, cement and stone. There. Don't know that there's anything else that we're necessarily going to need right now. Yep, let's put the medical mutualization thing up. Because we're gonna need it, because eventually as we get more and more populous, fuckers will get sick, and they'll be like, where do I go to get my medicine? And the answer is over here to the only concrete permanent structure that we have. Slap that down right there. There you go. Oh, we should also... Can't do it from that console. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. We will simply go ahead. Get all of our shit together. Get a sip. Eat a food. Fix our oxygen tank. Which they're still not letting me unfuck yet. That stuff doesn't need to be fixed. Pretty sure you're not letting me unfuck it yet? Yeah, no. Ah, we have room for new survival gear. So we can put something else, some other primary on our hip. Doesn't free up our back spot yet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do the small survival bag and we'll deal with the rest in a bit. Eventually what we want is the ability to keep a spear and a bow at the same time. When did I have a Burkhoff? It doesn't matter. They want me to make these, so... Sure, done. Let's stick them in the storehouse for right now. I guess we're full on that. That's nice. Uh, 44 Magnum's going to be entirely too much for us to slap together. I'm pretty sure this is for your back. The shock spear is not necessary, so is that. Anything that takes chromium spear, or chromium steel rather, we're not doing for right now. Optional parts, please. Unequip that. Cool. We have a whole bunch of things from the other run, but we'll leave that alone for right now. Okay. So we can now stock this with things. largely these kits and stuff. Alright, we're gonna have to deal with that barricade too. Yeah, right. Oh, games and their default starter crap. It's never in a good arrangement, is it? It's always just, we threw it wherever. Because maybe we can put it here, I guess? Perhaps. I kind of wish there was a thing that said, if you didn't put it here, we'll just tag it as not mine, and we'll delete it in a batch. Frankly, these things are kind of useless anyway. We'll deal with defensive crap later. We're not getting attacked here for the time being. Grand. Thank you. Also grand, thank you. We'll be able to deploy people soon enough. Co-op missions, salvage missions, we're not doing. You know, for obvious reasons. Hooray. Oh, we'll need to make more fences. But we may as well start fucking around with the barbed wire ones, right? We'll worry about the normal fences as well, just so that we have options. Things to throw up in an emergency, you know? Alright. So there's a memory board there. There is a reaction there. Medium animal there. And an inactive wormhole transporter up here. So, I think first, let's see what this is, right? Should be the quickest. Then we'll activate that other transporter. Then we'll deal with the stuff that they insist that I should want to be doing because it's the main story quest. Dirt water. We'll clean it up. You notice that the fences that we put up are gone? It's because when the thing activates, it does that shockwave and it fucking banishes everything that we've built. Which is sort of irritating, but oh well. And there goes our reception. There's a blue light there. I'm looking for the, oh. Just kind of trash. It's fine. Just that guy, huh? undoubtedly he has friends here, right? It's not even a question. Level 7. Well, not anymore, he's not. We'll have to start strengthening our shit soon. All kinds of valuables in those electronics. We're alright on that for right now. I'll make a noise once I'm sure of what it is that I'm dealing with over here. That Jeep should run, if I'm not mistaken. We can't keep it. It's just going to fall apart once we leave. Yeah, see? It's just letting us know that we can also run things over with it. Which, like, yeah, sure. I could. We'll use that to fuck off out of here if we gotta fuck off out of here. So far, no one seems interested in agitating us. Except for Pi. Hello, Pi. You're supposed to be asleep, bud. You set it and everything. You set your own bedtime. You can come hang out. Hi, Pi. Okay, good night. Alright, good night. He just had a few things to say is all. Yeah, they had explosives here. And they weren't sharing. Grab that bottle. Anything there? No? Alright. And no reception to boot. I'm pretty sure what we were looking for was this way. Yeah, because if that's a transporter, I think it's over here.
Pay attention to your stamina. You should rest before you're out of gas.
Let's, yeah, that's it. Okay. I was a little bit turned around. There we go. Oh, there's the crystals up there. And then there's these idiots, you know? You know how they get down. Poorly. Their coordination is, in a word, fucking bad.
Keep an eye on your remaining oxygen.
I know what my oxygen is.
Supply yourself with oxygen by using Kuban energy. You can supply yourself with oxygen.
They're a little insistent. Yeah. Get off my leg. Get off. Yeah. Alright. Anyway. Grab my leg. Impolite. I thought I'd shot that one already. I don't know why my character screamed. There's not much to scream about. Oh, these are the ones that I fucking pegged already. My bad, you all kind of look alike. Did that wormhole even drop anything? Yeah, it's a rag. A rag fell out of the sky and they lost their fucking minds about it. Alright. Oh, give me these. Now there will come a time when we just don't do these, because this is all they're going to be, and we'll have plenty of level up sauce. But I'd like a stockpile to begin, and that's why we're here. Grab that in a bit. Our side mission is complete. It's scratched off the board. We found Tarragon. Oh, don't know where the other one went to. Alright. Back over this way. We'll teleport back to base, refill our oxygen that way, repair the tank, and then back in we go. I think up next is activating that other teleporter. Seems the sane thing to do, right? What? Relax. Our base development team is now D-rated. Oh, we gotta go to the other workshop. That's fine. Oh, I didn't, okay. I didn't pump any extra sauce into that. We're good, we're good. Oh, Miranda, you got something? What's up?
Please, I want you to listen to what I have to say.
A container, okay. We'll deal with the container in just a bit. I want this first. And we'll sprinkle ourselves with some more level up sauce. There we are. I think the next will be the dive attack. We've been irradiated. Now we'll boil that off. Munch that. Okay. He says he's sorry he caused us trouble. I'm not entirely sure what he's on about. But also, it doesn't matter. Good night, Pie. Level 10. Okay. Got a bunch of this. And we'll be replacing it. Like was said, these animals, you just pick the meat right off of them. And they're fine, they shed it. Yep, that's where we're headed. Alright, into the stink we go. No, you know what? Let's do this one. Because it'll probably unlock some other things that are story locked right now. Like improving our tank capacity and all that shit. That seems perhaps more prudent. Color inside the lines until the lines give way, you know, under the sheets and sheets of color that we've applied. Just dizzying, nauseating color. An awful array of bizarre shades and hues. Open. Eventually, we'll be able to attach a thing to harvest that all is steel. Not right now. There's a machine gun nest. Couple of them. Which we could have used if we came in this way, but we didn't. There we are. Now what's weird is that I don't actually see anyone. That's weird. Plenty of gunpowder, though. Ah, potatoes. Good, we can start growing food as well. Well, vegetables. We don't just have to pluck the meat off the sheep. You know, like savages. We'll deal with the wood later. We'll deal with the extra clay later. Yeah, no, nobody around. I guess they're all inside. Is it true? Are you guys all inside? Hello? We will now commence side mission. Container has washed up. That's one of the things that we're here for. Hey, I slipped. Man, so close. Hush. I was still wondering what the fuss was about. Everyone's full of arrows and very dead. It's just the music taking its time. Like it does. I believe there's others in there. We'll get to them. There's someone else out here. Yeah, there he is. Copper is good. Just you two out here? Just you two? You should investigate what happened to him. more bits, more bottles, more rags. All things we need to make Molotovs. This is one of our quests. It's now complete. We need that rubber anyway. And we're very quickly nearing the spot where we don't have to collect dirty water anymore, which is good. Okie doke. And hey, there we go. All kinds of bits there. Oop, let me adjust that back. Get some breathing space. Oh, I'm getting to it.
A memory board is nearby. You are likely to encounter wanderers. Proceed with caution.
Okay. So... those are big footsteps. Our current roommate may be near. Hello, are you out there? I would like to introduce you. You know, for the limited time that we have. You were a fun and interesting anomaly. You know, until you did what you did. You know. You remember. He'll do it again, too. Or she. Or they. Now that they're making their presence known, I should mention that my thought would have seen us enter into a peaceful coexistence, but they're going to do something. Something that is going to make that impossible. And it's not going to be, you know, quite a dramatic something. That's not the realm that I dwell in. It's maybe petty by some measures. Not by mine, certainly. But maybe. Oh yeah, them's them footsteps. I'll find you. Let me yank this open, and then we'll go into the ruins. Ooh, a normal difficulty. I hadn't even clocked it. There we are. Our side mission is complete. We may as well grab this. So we're gonna need to refill our oxygen again. Just a little bit more. We're not going to eat those potatoes. Those potatoes got to get planted. We will munch that up. And we will have a drink. Okay. There's the entrance. Found it. We're gonna want to be hushed in here. Shh.
You're approaching the weight limit of what you can carry. At this rate,
Stop haranguing me.
be careful. Who knows what's lurking inside those ruins?
Who knows?
Very careful.
There's the board.
Bound to be dangerous.
And what we're looking for primarily are bodies on the ground. Because those are going to be the easiest things to stumble on. And it's usually pretty difficult to distinguish them amongst the other shapes here. It seems like there's one right there. Blends right in with the rocks, doesn't he? I see no one else there. These are covered in blue. That's different, right? I would like to take this. Thank you. Bandages.
There is a match in my database for that individual.
Great.
His name was Ernest B. Aspinwall. The psychiatric evaluation he underwent when joining the Corps describes him as mild-mannered and rational, prefers to avoid confrontation with others.
Well, he didn't avoid it too good, did he? Now, we hear people moving around. And we're going to want to know where they are. It sounds like they're chewing on things, doesn't it? Yeah, 'cause he is. Just munching this glow fungus, huh? Well, you know. That's one problem solved. I'll take that arrow back. I think there's someone else behind that desk. Might be that body. It was. Take that arrow too. How you feeling about some of the Silent Hill art director's horror chops shining through? I think they did okay. I can't say that I super give a shit about these particular boogans. They don't strike me one way or the other. But I kind of sort of appreciate them. The echoes to the parasite doctors and parasite nurses. Are you just hanging out there? Can I convince you to move? Eventually they'll break that down. There we are. Don't know if it's that guy still twitching. But there's definitely more movement in here somewhere. It's got blue around it, so we're good. All kinds of medical supplies. This seems like... yeah, you. Anytime you can't quite see them. Okay. Gotta wonder if I'm any closer to where it is that I'm supposed to be going. There's a blue light right over here, but we can't reach it. We have to go down. And we're gonna have to do the tank thing again. We got plenty of durability. We can do that a few more times. And it doesn't take us that long to get back to the, whatchamacallit?
Approaching target.
The teleporter.
Search the area.
These guys are new, huh? Now you know what they do. A nice enough moment of, you know, show, don't tell. I think, anyway. And I believe we are now at our objective. One of our objectives, anyway. We'll, make sure that we've cleaned this place out entirely. Or at least as entirely as we can. And there we go. Plenty of first aid, some bottles, some explosives, clean bottled water. Great, 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 great. We skipped that. Wait, we know.
Please return at once.
I'm working on it. Okay. Gotta be you. We'll grab what's in there. We'll open the door, and we'll fuck off. Ah. Hi. He just hadn't quite turned on yet. Great. Okay. Up we go. To somewhere more visible. And would you look at that? Oh, you're close now. There you are.
What is that?
That's Billy.
It doesn't match anything in my database.
Hi, Billy.
Whatever it is, engaging it with your current armament would be extremely dangerous.
This is rare. We usually don't get such a good look this early.
With it and return to base camp.
You'd think that's the end of Billy, right? No, Billy continues. See, there's another lump of Billy. I don't know exactly how many lumps there are of Billy. I was prepared to leave you be. I'm still prepared to leave you be if you want to rethink your decisions. We don't have to be enemies. There's room enough in this world for monsters of all kind. We just don't want to get stepped on is all. See? Like I said, there's a lot of Billy. And it just keeps going. So we're gonna go this way. Thank you for showing up so close. I'm glad they got to see you. You know, nice and early. And there they go. All right. And back we go. We have the stuff. Oh, relax. That's my oxygen alarm.
The data. Please synchronize your iDroid with me here.
Okay. Here comes my iDroid. There you go. Okay, I did it.
The memory board you recovered contained data on that massive creature you encountered.
Yeah, Billy.
The Karen Corps called it the Lord of Dust.
Well, I called him Billy.
The king of monsters.
Relax.
According to their records, several of their members were killed in its attacks.
Didn't seem interested in attacking right now.
But it's not all bad news. Other data in this memory board has enabled us to restore our large cargo recovery ability.
There we go. Now we can harvest that big old thing for its iron.
Now secure the wormhole digger.
Excellent.
The digger will enable us to generate a large wormhole, allowing us to contact Goodluck and...
Wait, why are we bothering with that? If we can open a wormhole, can't we just go home?
Clearly not, man.
But
That settles it.
the wormhole digger is located at...
Reeve, when we go back, you'll let the injured and the civilians go first, right?
Well, yeah, clearly.
You really need to ask me that? First, we gotta secure this thing. Virgil?
Oh, don't tell me.
I am not easily annoyed.
We've marked the location of the...
Okay. Well, the computer's getting snippy. Great.
Using the data you secured, I was able to upgrade the capabilities of the wormhole collector.
Uh-huh.
From now on, you'll be able to extract crystallized containers. You can also secure greater amounts of
We did it.
materials than before.
These capabilities will no doubt prove useful to completing your mission.
It does allow us to get our hands on some stuff. Great. Trash. Okay. I'm definitely not spending ceramics on that. Gimme. Gimme. So... let's consider upgrades with what it is that we've got coming in. I don't actually know that we're going to get to, because we need a steadier supply of leather and, aramids and all that shit, so... we'll figure it out. Shoulder hoodie. A shoulder hoodie needs aramids. Why not? The concealment upper. Sure. Sure, why not? Urban armor gauntlets. For all of your urban armor needs. Anything else? Not really. Not really. Okay. I believe what we're going to have to do is the following. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Because we can really dump some stuff on in here. We have plenty of steel, plenty of wood, plenty of adhesive. It's now at 5. It can't go any higher. We'll simply have to do a better bow later. Same thing with any of the rest of this, honestly. How are we doing there? That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Now, we'll need to repair our oxygen tank. Everything else seems to be in good order. Am I allowed to fix that up yet? Doesn't seem so. Yeah, no, it does not seem so at all. Well, we can replenish our supplies. So, I mean, that's good, but, you know, I would much rather be able to, well, not quite. Okay. Much rather be able to fuck around with some of these equipment slots. I suppose we could, right? We can likely fuck with this, that, and the other thing. Not the canteens. It's gotta be over here. Not allowed yet. No, I guess it's because I've already got it crafted somewhere. Sure. I guess it's left over from the other thing. It's weird. Alright. So, we will need to, what got left behind? Nothing of any importance. Yeah, nothing of any importance at all. Okie doke. Not much going on there. We could strengthen these. It would increase their durability, but that's not really all that necessary. The durability is fine, you know? We'll save our strengthening parts for something more interesting than that. Okay. Then let's fill our stuff. Right, right. We can kind of move over to heavy arrows as well. Because, well, if they're going to kind of load this stuff on us, then here we are, right? We're seeing things that are above our level. Billy's stomping around. We'll want just a little bit of extra. A little extra something. So that's where the wormhole digger is. And we should plant these potatoes so that they don't just rot in our inventory. vegetable farm potatoes. That's right. I keep forgetting. So there's a specific spot that I want to put these. Cause you know, they mentioned that Billy gets feisty. And they ain't lying. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put stuff away from where I am certain Billy will be. Because when I played this the first time, there was a real moment where I effectively had chosen violence and went on a crusade to gather a whole bunch of things in order to remedy the whole Billy sitch. I would rather spare myself the frustration. So we're just gonna kind of arrange stuff away from where that's gonna be. Wood and nails. Oh, I think we have a whole bunch of dirty water too. Hang on a second. Before we get too far out. Yep, right over here. Yeah. To the storehouse, please. And, oh, that's right. We can start doing that with canteens as well. Higher restoration on the canteens. Where's the food stockpile? It's over here. So we can give him 4. And we can hand over that 1 potato. We can hand over these energy drinks. Fucking not all of them, relax. That'll do. Chill out. And materials. These are all things that we haven't been able to really start on. We've picked up a few, but that's all going to come from this particular garden here. That's for medicinal herbs. So that we can make stuff like our own antibiotics and shit. Which is good. It was weird. I think it showed me the glint to this through that. Yeah, it did. You're not supposed to do that. Shh. Snack. A snack that we can just kind of munch right now, right? A small munch. Alright, back into the stink we go to turn on another wormhole. And I'm pretty sure Billy was headed that way, so... But we'll see. That fool gets around. They got long legs. For strutting. Pie, you got thoughts? We'll get a little bit of elevation. Oh, did you guys have the same idea? Ain't that the way of it, huh? Makes a difference, doesn't it? We've strengthened our bow. Pretty sure that guy just took a header off the big bridge here. We're using... oh, nope. We're using fancier arrows. So these level 7s are now not going to be quite as hazardous. These fools ain't kidding nobody. Okay. Who noticed? Oh, they're there. Took you a bit. Yeah, I gotta go this way. That guy can stagger around in the dark, it's fine. That's just clay. That's the blue light we're headed for. It doesn't seem like we're in the presence of anybody else, so... a jog'll do. We don't want to sprint too much because it'll eat our oxygen supply faster. I think I just heard Billy.
Activate the wormhole transporter and expand the area you can search.
Yeah, I will. Just give me a goddamn second here, okay? That one went somewhere the fuck else. There we go. Still listening for those big old footsteps. Sometimes it's hard to tell a music stinger from Billy. Anyway, didn't want those guys just outside while I do my thing, you understand. Right, so that's a spot we gotta cover. That's just a few. Let's start unfucking this right now. Yeah, no. There we are. There we go. I guess there may be someone inside. I guess that's what that's telling me. We'll find out. Yeah, likely up over the cliff face there. Alright, is there anywhere else that anyone is going to be climbing in from? Oh, you're just there. Okay. Now, get off. Off, off, off. There you go. Someone down there has noticed, apparently, but I'm not concerned about them. We'll be concerned about them when it's time to be concerned about them. Open. Great, great, great.
Keep an eye on your remaining oxygen. Captain,
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. There you go.
supply yourself with oxygen.
You better?
Hydroid.
Apparently not. Oh. Yeah, get the extra. I'll take my arrow back by. There we go. There we go. Because eventually I'm going to want all that cloth. Sure. Sure. Yes. Okay. Well, let's get it started, right? On. Begin boot up sequence. The bastards.
Defend the transporter until the reactivation process is complete.
I don't feel like it. Get off my fence. Go on. Get off my fence. That's right. Fuck right off my fence. Oh, hey, gents. No. Oh, I set myself on fire. That happens sometimes. Come on. There we are. Here. Have another one of those. That'll largely take care of it. Like, we're about done here. See about grabbing my arrows. That stuff's gonna get disintegrated anyway. Okay. Well, it's on. There's one. There's another. Oh, that's definitely Billy. Did you follow me? Okay. If that's what we're going to be doing, I didn't know. Or I'd forgotten, which is the same as not knowing. Just also retrospective instead of prospective.
You should rest before you're out of gas.
Eh. We'll grab the water and we'll bounce. 100% Billy. See you later, dork. Okie doke. Just the one case, huh? Great. Super cool. Okay. Thank you, bye. What else we got? Nothing. A small animal detected. It's on the way there, isn't it? We'll likely encounter some other things on the way there as well. Let's see what we got going on here. And we're just about out of time, so I think what we'll do is some housekeeping, and then just kind of go from there. What's the countdown on this? Like an hour or so? Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, this timer continues when I'm not here, so that's good. If that is indeed the case. Couldn't tell you. Soups. We can start making soups, which is good, including wild-ass soup, which is just the way to go. We would need Nubian meat. We'll be doing a lot of sheep soup, which is fine. And then the smoked foods keep the longest, and also have a, you know, hunger progression down and all that stuff. If I'm not mistaken, there should be other cages that we can build. I just haven't stumbled across the blueprints for them. We'll do our best to stumble. Meantime, let's do one of these. Yeah, just to my inventory is fine. We have a condition. What? Oh, it's just the hunger progression down. That's fine. I thought I'd sprained an ankle or something, which is a thing you can do. There are injuries and stuff. Gotta sit up. Okay. So let's consider this loadout of ours, shall we? Because that's what we've got, so yeah, we'll probably deal with that. Those we're not going to worry about. We're good on a bow. We don't have terribly much in the way of firearms available to us. We have a few that we found earlier, but that's, you know, its own kettle of fish. Let's make some more 45s. Just to the repository for right now. We do have a fair amount of junk. This we can just scrap. Great. Some broken bats. Oh, that must be what's equipped on my other character, because I see the little marker there. Okay. Come with me. Attack level 1 is really not that nuts. That's for later. We'll grab that. Some things we found, I guess. When did I get this? Okay. Well, I'm confusing even myself at this point. Let's see here. And neither one of them are upgraded, huh? Stability is good. Reload speed is good. Just plain attack level 1. Let me snag that. don't know that we're going to need to produce anything else there for right now. And that all seems to be good to go. We'll likely wind up needing to craft more heavy arrows. Let's see about finding where they fucking put the aluminum. Oh, in the meantime, we'll swap back over to these just because they're extremely cheap and easy to produce. And it's not a big deal if they get lost. What's that going to cost to repair? Firing unit. It may in fact then benefit us to just not, right? And just run the strengthen gambit. Gears, springs, screws. Yeah, we're okay. If it's going to be loud like this, then I do want it to be as good as possible. Same here. Just sharpen this right up. Doubly so given that it's only going to cost us, what, steel in order to keep it going. So that's good. And this should be much faster. Yeah, much faster. I don't know if we'll be able to chop down telephone poles with it. We'll find out. Okay. We may now improve class. Once. That's locked to us. Sidestep is pretty good. So's the parry. We'll do the sidestep for right now, so we can kind of dance around. Better. So that we're not so dependent on our bow. Yeah. So we can use that to recover from abnormalities. I don't remember ever needing that. Just didn't do it, you know? So let's see here. Are they gonna have one of those? It's true, they can. They can have some of those rations too. Pi, what do you think? He's out of here. Well, Miranda is watering these plants. Or at least she's pretending to. We're not going to worry about it for the time being. These counters are still running. So there will be a harvest at some point. And, well, we have Metal Gear survived for another day. Let's go where we go. Because now I have to... Okay, go to the title menu. Right? You go to the title menu. And you wait. And you wait. And it gets there. Oh, don't you worry, it gets there. Then we have to press the enter key, but you don't. You can just press any key. Any key you want. It tells you about the researcher's story and all that shit. And you gotta... Then you can quit from here, kinda, sorta, a little bit. Good. We did it. We turned it off after having saved and exited and fumbled with the menus, because that's how modern games are, I fucking guess. Anyway, next time, more Metal Gear Survival. We'll have other things to do. We gotta go get that wormhole digger, which will mean that we have a specific kind of defense to run. It'll be a defense of the base. And there will be other people that we drag to the base. I don't think there's too many more, if memory serves, that are... jeez. Like story relevant. I think there's maybe 2 that we actually... No, 3 that we wind up saving that are story relevant. Everyone else will just be sort of a random thing, and it's always good to have more hands. So we'll grab them as we grab them, and otherwise continue our trash vacuuming in order to convert that trash into lethal implements, and sometimes a potato farm. As you do. Anyway, while you scope out your backyard, or any yard, or community garden, or community park, or just a patch of dirt on the side of the road for your potato garden, I'll leave you to wander alone for a bit. See ya.